Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 people that I currently love following that I think you should follow too. I love to do these videos every once in a while just to shout out kind of my favorite Instagrammers, YouTubers, people like that I just really enjoy following. And a lot of the people that I mention I think like don't have like super huge followings. A lot of them definitely have big followings, but these are people I don't like hear about like all the much. They're not like the mega stars. So I love to kind of expose you guys to them, and let me know if there's anyone that you love following that you think I should check out. Leave that in the comments down below. I love to hear from you guys. Otherwise, let's get started with my 5 people I love following. Okay, first is the OK Sis podcast. This is my favorite podcast at the moment. It's hosted by 2 sisters, Maddie and Scout. They live down in Southern California, and they have really great guests on. It's all pretty much female guests, and they do really good interviews, and I just really like their dynamic as sisters on the show. They just kind of have a really great back and forth, and a really good kind of perspective, I feel. They're young, but I think their guests and their questions and kind of the topics that they cover are really interesting and kind of deeper and more like exciting than kind of your average surface level podcast, although they do kind of talk about fashion, skincare, all that kind of stuff as well. So it's a really fun podcast. I've been listening to that a ton lately. I also love following them both on Instagram. Just love that podcast. Okay, second, someone that you need to follow. This one I've been wanting to mention since December, and that is Kacey Musgraves. And obviously she's a country artist. Everyone's heard of her. She's huge. But if you're not following her on Instagram, you should be. Even if you don't like country music, you don't listen to her music, you're not into that. She just has a really interesting kind of like 70s vibe Instagram, and she just posts a lot of like inspiring aesthetic pictures. She doesn't really do a lot of like following her daily life kind of stuff. It's not that. It's more just like beautiful images and kind of inspiring things that you can tell are inspiring her style and music. And I really like her account for that reason. It's a little bit different. It's not just your regular music star that's kind of posting just about their music and kind of their everyday life. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just more so inspirational, aesthetic goals kind of vibe. And if you haven't watched her Christmas special on Netflix, that was absolutely amazing. I wish I had planned to make this video during December and it just didn't happen. But if you haven't watched that, that'll get you in the holiday mood. It's super cool. There's some really good guests she has on there, and I just love her Christmas special. Like, it's just amazing. It's super unique and fun. Okay, third is a YouTuber slash Instagrammer slash podcaster, and that is Kenzie Elizabeth. A lot of my purchases and things lately have been inspired by her. I think I've mentioned her on the channel a few times already. She also is super young. I just watched her video today. She announced she's moving back home to Dallas from LA, but she's one of those super young YouTubers that's been on YouTube for a long time. The reason I like following her though is her vlogs are very inspirational and motivating because she does a lot of like routine videos, getting stuff done videos. She does some decluttering videos, and a lot of times it's just her morning routine. She always works out. She's doing her homework. She's cleaning. She's getting stuff done. And I just always feel motivated after watching her videos that I can go get stuff done and do stuff. And you can tell she talks about like, oh, I'm even really not feeling it today, but I'm going to go through my routine anyway. I'm going to get stuff done. And I just find it super motivating. And then she has her I Love You So Much podcast, which is amazing. She has the same producer as the Skinny Confidential Him and Her podcast. So it's really got that good production value. It's really quality. She gets really good guests. The conversations are really interesting. And again, it's just like a fun, easy listen podcast. But I just really like her because even her podcast guests and the themes of her podcast are super like motivational and inspirational. And I just like that kind of vibe. And it's really motivating without being like a motivational self-help platform, if you know what I mean. So it's not really like shoving it down your throat. It's just that's kind of her style and her personality, and it just comes out. Okay, number 4, I just want to talk about my favorite show that you guys need to be following. Everyone's talking about it, and that's Cheer on Netflix. I think I mentioned it already. If not, I'm going to be mentioning it in my favorites video, which I think is the next video after this. It's just absolutely amazing. If you're not following this like movement, you need to watch it. It's 6 episodes on Netflix. You can binge it in 1 or 2 days, which is what I did. And it's just so gripping. You're so invested in these kids' lives. What they do with their bodies and the routines are just so impressive. And again, it's something that's like really motivational. I'm like, wow, I need to work out because these kids are crushing it. And it just, a lot of the kids in the storyline of these competitive cheerleaders just come from tough backgrounds, so you're rooting for them. And I just have seen a lot of stuff about them like on different social media platforms, news outlets, stuff like this. and it's just so amazing. And if you need like a vote for it as well, I was watching it in the background and my fiance was like, oh, cheerleaders, like what is this kind of thing? And then he got sucked in and watched all 6 episodes with me too. So whoever you are, I think you would really be into this show. It's just really compelling and a great quick watch. And I just realized we're 4 into this video, and my little pot right here that usually has my split leaf philodendron, I forgot to put that plant back in there because I just watered it in the other room. Oh well, too late now. Okay, the 5th thing that I'm loving following at the moment is the Skim, and I know that they've been around for a long time. I used to get their, actually I think I still get their daily Skim newsletter email, but I just honestly, I never read it. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I got this email, but I feel good about it because I'm getting news in my inbox, but I never read it. And usually the news is really like depressing and a downer, so I don't take the extra time to read another like newsletter in my inbox. But they have the Daily Skim podcast that I've been loving. So when I'm at the gym every day, I kind of like listen to podcasts and such while I'm working out. So I just add it into my queue. It's I think between 10 and 15 minute little mini episodes every day where they just kind of give you a quick briefing on like the top news stories of the day. It's by no means comprehensive. It's by no means like, I'm sure, the best like news outlet out there if you're like super political and into all of that. But personally for me, I just like getting like a quick digestible bite of like what's going on in the world, and I really feel like it gives me that, and it's really easy to just work into my podcast queue and listen to it at the gym, and I just love having that. So that is my 5 things that I'm loving following at the moment. I hope you really enjoy these accounts, podcasts, people, kind of influencers types things. Please let me know again what you're loving following at the moment. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what other videos you'd love to see on my channel. Again, I love hearing your guys' suggestions, and I want to make videos that you want to watch. So please leave me a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.